What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap up where we give you the news. Break it down bite size so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game that's out of what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction. Live viewers call in. No cap conversation. We going all in. It's the weekly wrap up, so enjoy the show. You're not rocking with the best. Let the good times roll. Come on. What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. And today we are live with another weekly wrap-up. So if you're going to enjoy the show, which I know you will, make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe, ring that notification bell. It only helps us out. And without further ado, let's bring in my co-host for the night, co-host for every Saturday night on here on the weekly wrap-up. That's my boy, J. Coon Prime. What's good with it, Kinfolk?
It is a miracle I'm still standing.
The hell?
Well, actually, I'm sitting right now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Miracle I'm still awake.
I hear that. I hear that. Well, you know what I'm about to ask you because I ask you the same damn question every week. Games you've been playing this week, man?
I mean, I don't know. Nothing really comes to mind at the moment. Yeah, it's been a lot of Mortal Kombat. Like, we are back in tournament mode, kind of full force. One of my community members was super generous because, well, financially times are a little tough right now. And one of my community members was gracious enough to gift me Separate Ways for Resident Evil 4. So we started playing that last night. And, man, talk about a glow up. That game is amazing. And then I would say that I had been playing Destiny, but nobody is at the moment.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
The DDoS situation. You want to talk about that real quick before we start the show?
Yeah, let me talk about that a little bit. So first, it started with a glitch where you could craft weapons that were not supposed to be crafted, and people could just like go in and just solo in-game content. And I don't know if it's connected or not. It very well could be. I guess somebody really didn't like that all that much. And Bungie has been getting DDoSed for the past week. And it is still going on, which I find honestly kind of shocking that, like, you would do something to a company like that. And then on top of that, which makes it hilarious, you did it to a company who just got done suing somebody for $15 million. Someone was really willing to roll the dice on that twice. So it's like, yikes.
Bro, I'm glad I play low-key games and mostly offline games. Bro, imagine, just imagine wait.
Overwatch.
No, picture it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I just played Overwatch for like a few hours yesterday, too.
Yeah, I was working, man. Y'all were getting it in.
We was winning, and then we was losing. Then we win.
Whatever happened with Flux.
Bro, that was so funny, dude. Like we had just got finished steamrolling the team, right? Mm-hmm. And then we just got completely hammered. Like a different team just completely manhandled us. And it was frustrating. So we were raging, and the guy must have been streaming or something because he was like plugging his Twitch and stream was like, and Flux is like, bro, who gives up about your dang on Twitch, dude? Like, go touch some grass, bro.
So obviously not to play devil's advocate here, because like I sympathize with Flux because, well, if anybody knows Rage, I do.
Yeah. No, it was bad, bro.
It's okay if you get mad as long as you learn from it. That's always been my philosophy. It's okay if you get mad. It's not okay if you give up. Like what was it Captain Taggart said in Galaxy Quest? Never give up, never surrender. So yeah, it's okay to get frustrated. It's part of the process. But I've definitely been on the other side of that fence because it happens all the time in Mortal Kombat. People will pop on that mic and just start talking reckless. And it was worse back in the Xbox 360 days, because you'd get that little private message. And that's like, I had been maybe like a year or two streaming at the time, and I'd beat somebody in Mortal Kombat. I'd get that little rage mail, and then I would just send them a link to the stream.
Bro.
Got your ass whooped in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, I mean, we was live. It was like the DSG squad night, so everybody was pretty much streaming, and that was just a bad match. You know what I mean?
It was a good time, man. I enjoyed watching.
But we had fun. I know I had fun. We had some great games. We played a little bit of Mystery Heroes, which is where they just literally pick a character for you. Like, like it's just such a random person too. Like Wicked.
The feature was like, oh, I don't like this, but I'm expecting it to be there. Mortal Kombat used to have a King of the Hill mode. I would love to do something like that with King of the Hill.
Mortal Kombat had that. I remember that.
Yeah, for some reason it's not an MK1. You can't do, well, you could do a random King of the Hill. You can't do a private one, which is what you used to be able to do.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I had fun. The team had fun. We're doing it again next week. This time with Fortnite, so hopefully we can get some Fortnite for then. That may be a little fast. You know what I'm saying? Get some good people in there, play a little Team Rumble, run some squads or something like that. We'll have some fun. Check out our squad.
I might be free.
And yes, we were definitely blaming Wiccan for all of our losses because Wiccan had to go to the store. So all of our losses was Wiccan's fault. Wiki Minaj, let's get it. Anyway, let's get started with the show. We've got a special guest in the house tonight. We may have another one coming soon. I'm not sure. Might not, but we might. Anyways, let's get this popping. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hoarder, H Gamer. What's good?
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. How's everyone else doing?
Doing good. Doing really good.
Cool.
I got my ass kicked in Overwatch, bro. I don't know how good I'm doing, but I'm doing okay.
I watched about an hour of that, so yeah, I saw some of it.
Dude, talk to me real fast. The First Descendant.
Yes.
This game is going crazy right now. Like a lot of people have been praising it. I actually have it downloaded. I'm going to play soon as this podcast. Actually, I got to take my kid to Jamba Juice, and then soon as this podcast over with, and I go to Jamba Juice, I'm coming back and I'm trying out the First Descendant. So, what are your thoughts for somebody who's actually played the game? What are your thoughts on the First Descendant?
So I have about 16 to 20 hours in it total. So between PlayStation and Xbox. Now there is cross-play, cross-progression, but I'm a fool and didn't set that up. So I'm separate characters I'm running. It's a mix between Destiny and Warframe. And one thing that a lot of people seem to like about it is, one thing they didn't like about Destiny is it's first person. So just like Warframe, this is third person, like from the back, and you get to see your character and stuff like that as you're moving. And some people prefer that. Plus, this is on Unreal 5, so it looks really, really good. It has really good sound design, and I absolutely love the enemy design. That's one of the issues I had with Warframe since the beginning. I thought it was some of the least. I know you're not supposed to be attracted to enemies in a game, but they're just very. They don't look good. It's hard to explain it. Like the actual frames that you play as, those are great. Those designs are mostly awesome. But like most of the enemy types you fight in Warframe, they just don't look good.
Oh no. Yeah, everything is weird looking in Warframe.
Yes.
So as far as I know, it's a single player game that you can actually do co-op in. Does it give you that Avengers feel to where, you know what I mean? Like it's fun with friends, but I can also play this for hours by myself, or is it?
You will have to grind more or have certain abilities to do single player. So like there was something I could not do that involved keeping an antenna from being destroyed by the enemies. But when someone put a shield around it and me, then we were able to do it pretty easily. Another thing to keep in mind is there are things called colossi. and they're gigantic, like almost kaiju battles that you have with these mech things. Almost look like something out of Voltron. It's hard to explain. And basically, that's group based. You're automatically put into a group if you're not in a group. And those are intense fights. You're not guaranteed to defeat those if you're at the same level they tell you to be at.
Okay, one more question about multiplayer. Say I don't have any friends online playing. Am I able to group up like with random people, or I just kind of stuck by myself?
You're able to group up with random people, and chances are, as you're in a mission, people will join in progress. Yes, it actually has join in progress. And then basically, in each instance, I want to say it's between 4 or 6 players in like the main map called well, it's like a main map divided into these different areas. And in each part of that, it's like there's 4 to 6 players around doing their own thing. One thing I would love to have, though, is a little icon where you like do a little ping type system saying, hey, are you available to help me? That I would like, because you can easily do a friend request to any of those people or anything like that. But as a one-off, just to be like, hey, I tried this 2 or 3 times. Can you help me here? You know?
Oh, so they might not be doing the same thing you're doing while.
Correct. They'll be in the area or doing other missions. And then there's some where it'll be like go to A, B, and C, or A, B, C, and D. So they'll have to split up among those to do those more quickly and stuff. It's a lot of very similar mission design to Warframe. But again, it's the fact that it's on Unreal 5 and it just looks and plays really well. The shooting feels really good, and a lot of the abilities are very cool.
Okay, let's get into that. J-Kun Prime, is that something that you are interested in? It seems like a great community style game, and you have an awesome community, brother.
It is up in the air. Me and Hoarder were talking about this just before the show started. I was actually part of the first closed beta for it. And it didn't impress me too much. Now we're talking about like 6-7 months ago. It was definitely a glow up from what I played before. The fact that it's going to be completely free to play is obviously very appealing. Like, well, I could always, download it, save it for a rainy day. But I do agree with him 100% where it is going to be very much the Warframe route of things. And I don't know if you've ever played Warframe. Warframe runs at 2 speeds. Either buy what you want or get ready to grind for a week for what you want. And with it being completely free to play, and the unfortunate circumstance of it dropped at the exact same time as Mortal Kombat 1, I don't know if I would be willing to commit a lot of my time to it. But
well, that's the one thing about free-to-play games. So what if you don't get the specialty item? It's free to play. You don't really have to
and
invest that much time.
Yeah, I'll probably download it. I just wouldn't expect any content from me about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like all of the people in the group chat are saying that it is something that they are enjoying like a mug. Like people who
absolutely.
don't,
the biggest
don't
thing
like
that it has working
shooters
for itself is it doesn't have the price tag attached to it like Destiny does, and that's huge.
Yeah, Destiny, but you know what? That's because it's still a beta and the price stuff hasn't dropped yet. You know they're gonna be charging for something, be it cosmetics, be it DLC, be it
Descendants, yes. So you actually play as the different Descendants. So they'll probably have where you can earn them or purchase them. They actually let you earn 3 or 4 at least during the beta itself. And I'm still not even done with the beta content. It is a massive beta.
Yeah.
Okay, so Descendants, explain them to me. Are they like different classes pretty much, like a warlock, a guardian, or
yeah.
Yes, but then there's some that are really wild. Like there's Volby, who's made of water and can only exist inside this like almost astronaut-looking outfit. And she has these crazy abilities. Then there's someone that's like a Magneto. There's someone that's getting over the loss of their daughter and can like bring this frenzy where their hair changes color and everything. And yeah, she's pretty interesting. I think her name is like Flay or something like, or maybe Gley, Glay, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Like, but the character classes are more comparable to say like the individual frames in Warframe than I would say Destiny, where Destiny is like you could be one of 3 factions and then you just kind of make your character however you want. Where with this one, you're playing very specific characters and one is not like the other.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty interesting to me. I might go ahead. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try after this podcast, and I get back from Java Juice, of course. Longevity. What do you think about content for the game, Hoarder Gamer?
Well, I'm kind of blown away by how much there is in this beta. Almost every beta I've done, like since Marvel's Avengers, Destiny, Anthem, there was not a lot of content. Maybe 4 hours worth, something like that or so. And then you're kind of redoing everything over and over. I'm still working on the story that's there. And like just on the PlayStation alone, because it doesn't update immediately how many hours you've just finished, I'm probably at about like 16 hours.
And you're wow. Well, you like to do all of the side missions. You don't stick to the story.
Yes, but the side missions are part of this game too, though. So like you're unlocking certain types of weapons, building certain weapons, and to get those pieces, you're doing missions. So it actually has reasons for you to even do side missions. And here's where it gets wild. To do all that stuff, you need to complete every area. There wasn't areas I could just be like, I'm not doing that. The only thing that was really optional was wave-based, which I love. Wave-based enemies, it has that at launch. And then also like where you're going from dig site to dig site, stopping the bad guys from getting something out of the ground. And those are kind of like heavily repeatable multiplayer things.
J-Kun, we might have to really mess with this, bro. This seems real interesting, dude. This seems interesting.
I mean, I'm not going to say that it's right up your alley, but it's right up.
I'm like, bro, that's the type of multiplayer game that I like. You know what I mean? I like the PvE for one. That's a big seller. Like literally the only PvP game that I play religiously or regularly would be Overwatch, and that's it. But aside from that, I don't really like PvP. It makes you rage too much. And if you guys go and watch DSG Squad Night, you'll see every single one of us rage at one point or another. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But with PvE games, it's just more like you need to get good, get yourself right. You know what I mean? And it's more of a I need to fix me thing so I can be on the same level as the people I'm playing with. So it gives you a different reason to want to play. And that seems like it's right up my alley. You know, you say like, well, it'll tell you can go and fight these dudes, but I wouldn't suggest it at level 15. You know what I mean? You might want to wait till you're level 18. And I'm like, okay, let me go grind to level 18 real quick so I can go in there and kick some. Yeah, that's a good game. That's longevity to me. That's why, if they can keep the money going on something like that, I think that'll be around for a minute if it's as good as everyone is saying. So let me know in the chat. Y'all rocking with the First Descendant? Let me know. I'm curious.
I'd be remiss not to say the only thing that worries me a little bit is the company Nexon that makes the game has games like MapleStory and things like that. So it's all really going to be down to them and how they decide to monetize this game.
Yeah, I was literally about to bring that up. That Nexon does not have the squeakiest of clean track records. They do tend to be kind of notorious for just like up and dropping things on a whim, no explanation as to why. But according to Hoarder, this is the first game that's been handled in-house.
Yeah, this is like actually Nexon's baby, pretty much.
Yeah, so like hopefully that's going to make them change their tune.
They are
and longevity, absolutely. I think it definitely has the potential for longevity, just simply out of the fact of like something like this is extremely reminiscent of Warframe. Warframe has been around longer than Destiny and is still steadily pumping out content on a pure free-to-play platform. So if they play their cards right, yeah, this game could stick around for a long time.
And if you like Tracer, you'll like to play as Bunny. Bunny is an adorable character with like a cybernetic outfit and like bunny cybernetic ears. And she's a speedster, and she's a lot of fun to play as.
And if you want to be Mega Man, play Lepic.
Ooh, see y'all, that's dope. I like that. So cool. So people in the chat look like they're rocking with. I'm about to say Warframe. Or rocking with the First Descendant.
I will agree with Boxley. Melee could use some love.
Like yes.
Shooting
feels amazing, but Melee feels like just no matter who you are, that you're just slapping the enemy. And sound-wise and visuals, it doesn't look good. Like so that they definitely need to work on, but that's it. And also, though, you can get like swords and Wolverine claws for certain characters. In fact, most of them, and that alters Melee a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's cool. Next subject. Let's just get this out the way real quick, bros. Why is Marvel's Avengers getting played more right now than it ever did when it had backing and a engine behind it? Anybody?
Because now there's a time limit.
Bro, have you seen those Steam numbers? They're crazy. Yeah. Like, they look like a brand new game just dropped. And it's
amazing what a Steam sale will do.
Dude. And that might be the answer. The answer might be it's like $3 or something like that on Steam. There's no opinion on the game anymore because for the people who love the game, to them it's dead. They know there's nothing else coming to it. It's all reminiscent. For the people who hated the game, they're sad because it's not there for them to hate on anymore. You know what I mean?
Nothing to get pissed at no more.
Right. They got to move on. You know what I mean?
What will Kyle ever do now?
Bro. But that's the thing. Like, there's no opinion on the game. There's nobody telling them, oh, it's a bad game. Oh, telling them, oh, it's a great game. It's just, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab it and do what I need to do. And, I could play them in my room with nobody having to watch me play it. And then now they're enjoying themselves. They can't get off of it. And the Steam numbers will tell you that. It was like one of the most played games this week, which is insane. Insane. Anybody want to talk about that? Please do.
I mean, I said for the longest time that if they had just stuck with their guns, they could have had something great. Avengers at its core was not a bad game. It was just very poorly handled. And maybe, it being up for grabs for what, $3, I think it was? Mm-hmm. Like dirt cheap. Yeah, I'll buy a bad game at $3. And Avengers isn't even a bad game.
Yeah.
You definitely would get your money's worth that way. And now that everything is available to you for free, why not? And I mean, I think end of the month, something like that, you won't even be able to purchase it anymore. Right. So people are hopping on that train while they can.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're hopping on the train and enjoying it. And that's what the crazy part is the concurrent players and the returning players. You look at those two columns and it's like 10,000, 5,000 tonight, 3,000 at one time, 3,500 at the same time. I'm just like, wow, are you serious right now?
I mean,
nobody's streaming it. Now, nobody's streaming it, but they're definitely playing the hell out of it.
All right, Suki is still streaming it.
That's
definitely still streaming.
That's a regular though.
I was watching one of her streams and watching this Iron Man just fail miserably, and I was just like, do not make me reinstall this game and show you what a real Iron Man can do.
It's such a big file.
My Iron Man walk in, blink, up, room's dead, moving on.
Pretty much. But Hoarder Gamer, you were an avid Avengers player and streamer and content creator. What are your thoughts about this resurgence? The Avengers returning, they're reassembling, bro.
So where this gets interesting for me is if I had just a little bit more information. Are they all doing the campaign and doing the campaign at different times, or are they doing multiplayer? So that is because the campaign's amazing. And the campaign for me, my first time through, was probably about 18 to 20 hours or so. So it's conceivable that maybe a lot of them are doing the campaign, and I don't know how they're all getting on or enjoying the multiplayer. So I would definitely look at that. Also, too, you said, why is it happening now? Well, it's just like the famous painters and like also like famous writers like, Edgar Allan Poe. They, something, they die, they're dying, that, something like that. And then it becomes super popular, and then all the money comes in for all their work after they've gone. So it's like, don't know what you've, is it don't know what you got till it's gone? Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. So like, yeah, and I've always felt the campaign was excellent. Like that was a strength of it. And so they could all be playing the campaign now, and for $4, you'd be crazy not to.
All right. That answers my question, because it's insane how many people are actually rocking Avengers, and then the revisionists, with their history. Oh, it wasn't that bad, but for the last 2 years, crapping on the game.
Yeah, that's been amazing to see.
Yeah, the revisionist history. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. Let's talk about Payday 3 and its Cyberpunk launch. What the hell is going on with Payday 3? J-Cum, oh, you got food in your mouth. I was just about to.
Take away, I have absolutely zero input on this.
Bruh, what's going on with Payday 3? And like, why are people just like, you know what, I'll come back when it's actually a game that's fixed and working? What is up with that, Hoarder?
I have heard that it's right now it's like not viable. Like you're dropping out of matches. I've seen all sorts of crazy bugs with people walking backwards instead of walking forwards. A lot of craziness that was even in like Payday 2, but it's a little bit more. Like this came in, sometimes you say a game came in hot, right? Because like the big day one patch comes in and it needs that. Well, this sounds like it came in scalding. And like it needs a series of patches, possibly over the course of months. And that's not great. It's a good thing they called it though Payday 3 and not Playday 3.
Oh wow!
So you won't be doing much playing.
This man really just hit us with a dad joke.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
This man just hit us with the dad joke. Okay, yo, I've seen like a lot of people who's like, this could be a good game, but it is not. One of them being, I think it was Neo, an avid Spider-Man fan, loves the little kid, and he was like, yo, I'm just literally uninstalling this right now. Is it actual gameplay that is so horrid, or is it like a server thing? Is it like, what's the bugs about? Can anybody describe the bugs to me from what you've either played or heard?
From the reviews I've seen, it's just about everything. So like, it's not the game is like completely broken, but even reviews that liked it, they were like, if you don't have to have it immediately, maybe buy it in October or November after a few months of patches and things like that. So that's something. When someone says that, you got to kind of keep that in the back of your mind to be like, damn. Oh, is this a Assassin's Creed Unity situation? Like something like that.
Oh, so this is literally Cyberpunk all over again. Like,
also, you're hearing a lot of noise about it and upset people because it's on Game Pass. So a lot of people are playing it now that may not have, because it's free on Game Pass, and they're talking about it.
I've heard too. Like, I'm a Game Pass owner. I actually haven't played in probably about a month on my Xbox, but I think Game Pass is cool, but
I like it a lot.
I don't know how good it is for business, because a lot of these Game Pass games, bro, are not ready. Like, they're just not ready, dude. And that's what I like. They want to push it out because they know they can be like, oh, well, 30 million people played Payday 3 on, they get those accolades or whatnot because it's on Game Pass. But look at the quality right now. It's just not like Starfield, some of the bugs in Starfield are kind of wide open, you dig? It wasn't the game that a lot of people thought it was going to be, and it's where on Game Pass. Same thing with Payday 3. We're looking at Cyberpunk all over again, and where is it? It's on Game Pass.
Lies of P is great, though. That's phenomenal. I got it on PlayStation so I could stream it because it's unfortunately really difficult for me to stream from the Xbox, and that's how much I liked it. Like I downloaded it on Game Pass,
that's a dual
played some of it, and then I bought it.
That's a dual release game too, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's on PlayStation and Xbox. So it had to be right because PlayStation they don't really like to put out bad stuff that's associated with them. And I'm not hating on Xbox. I own both a PlayStation and an Xbox, but they don't really like to associate themselves with bad product. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Xbox, you can't really say the same thing. So I think Xbox is more willing to push out something, especially on a Game Pass, for the numbers' sake. You know what I mean? To say, look, we're competing. We had 30 million people play Starfield. How many of those 30 million people that played Starfield actually liked it? You know what I mean? So
I can't say you're wrong because I can't say you're wrong. I have to agree with you because all I could say is Redfall. Yeah. I mean, wow.
Dave Rose, he just said the same thing.
Redfall could have been awesome, Dave. Dave, yes, I agree with you. Black Friday. I always have like a Black Friday list, but I always okay, if the game comes out in October, probably won't be available at that price yet. But
so yeah. Damn, that's just that seems like to me just another opportunity, a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion flushed down the drain because yes, Cyberpunk right now is killing it. They're doing really well, but just think about how well they could have been doing if the game launched right. So I guess
that revisionist history has been astonishing. Like, the game was
I'm not
always
letting it happen. No, I'm not letting that happen.
I know.
That's not going to happen.
Cyberpunk is that I always played it on PC, and apparently PC is where it ran the best. So I encountered little to no issues with it. So for me, it was just a matter of Cyberpunk reminds me way too much of a game back in the day called Shenmue. And the reason why it reminds me of that is because just because you can interact with something doesn't mean the player has to. Cyberpunk, there was just too much. And in my opinion, sometimes, look at all this crap you can do, just kind of leaves you sitting there going, can we wrap this up? And that's where I was by the end of Cyberpunk. I was just ready for it to be done.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Spider-Man 2. Let's talk about it. Y'all, everybody, like I said, this is not going to be a super long show. We're going to just keep it cool, keep it short. There's this, y'all all know, why can't I think of his name right now? I cannot believe I'm doing this. He was just on the show last week. All Father Designs, All Father Media, whatever he goes by these days. All Father. Y'all know All Father. He made some fan. He's always making these little fan art things and whatnot. He made a fan art thingy with it said loading, and it was a picture of Spider-Man by himself. And then on the bottom picture, it said players join in progress. And it had Gwen Stacy, Miles Morales. And no, it was Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man Noir, and Spider-Man 2099, who all joined in. And this man is getting ripped to shreds about just a fan art type of thing. And, it's a lot of people talking about leave the multiplayer out of my Spider-Man games. And he's like, I didn't say they were going into your Spider-Man games. This is my fan theory type of deal. You know what I mean? So real quick question for the chat as well as the panel. I'll start with you, Jay Kuhn. Your thoughts on a multiplayer Spider-Verse game? You don't have to, model this actual Spider-Verse movies, but just something to where, you can play as multiple Spider-Men in a Insomniac styled game. What would you think about that?
I mean, it can't be no worse than Gotham Knights.
Why do people say word like Gotham Knights was a great game?
Because the multiplayer was atrocious. If you were playing it by yourself, it was fine.
Oh yeah, I did.
I had a lot of fun
to join somebody's game
actually.
in Gotham Knights was a nightmare. But what's it gonna hurt? What if there's a multiplayer mode?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean you can still always play by yourself.
Yeah,
like, that's why
keep it out of my single player Spider-Man game. Fine, then turn the multiplayer off, loser.
Right, right. Like that's the thing. Is it more of a selfish entitlement thing at that point where, like, if you have the opportunity and ability to turn off multiplayer, if it's a different style game, you know what I mean, and play by yourself, why would you be upset if other people wanted to play with their buddies? And I asked you that question, Mr. Hoarder Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be really cool. Now, what's funny is I got to make sure the mic is on here. So, is this thing on? Is this thing on? I think it's all going back to Avengers. When you think multiplayer, they're freaked out because, like, Avengers. And again, Gotham Knights got a lot of that heat, a lot of that hate because of that. And even Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has gotten it because of that. So, I think they're still, like, almost the shell shocked or something by it. I don't know exactly. I don't think Allfather should have gotten any heat or hate, though. I mean, just trying, coming up with something cool like that. That's neat. I would have no problem with a specifically multiplayer built Spider-Man game, but I would also still love to have the still single player experience as well. I mean, the both best of both worlds, I think would be awesome.
Yeah, I think something like that. Like, okay, you have the main single player game. Have an option to make it go co-op if you really must, but it's a situational co-op. Like, you can only join on specific points, and then if you want to have something outside of that, where like you could, I'm about to say the forbidden word, patrol mode.
Yeah, I mean, but that isn't that what. Isn't that what the missions, the side crimes or whatever, you know what I mean? The little red dots. That's pretty much you're just patrolling the city.
Yeah, you're patrolling the city. Yeah.
So I look at it like this, right? You are in a you're doing your own campaign, your solo campaign. You can switch it to literally patrol mode, like Jay said. You know what I mean? Like Jay Kuhn said. Patrol mode, and that can be a single player thing if you want it to be, but that's when you can join your buddies like in the game now where you're swinging, in Spider-Man 2 where they say you can be swinging around and you can see Miles stopping a crime and go in and help him if you like, or just observe or whatnot, you know what I mean? So why not? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Kuhn swinging across the city as Spider-Man Noir, and I got my Miles Morales, and then, oh crap, there's Hoarder Gaming and came through with Spider-Gwen. Let's go get some baddies.
Yeah, like take a page out of DC Universe Online, like a 12-year-old game at this point. Like, have the whole city, like, yeah, we can swing around, do whatever the hell I want. I can be over in Queens, you could be down over in Brooklyn, and then we all just kind of reconvene in Times Square because a wandering boss has shown up. All four of us have to go stop Rhino or some shit. Like, that could totally work.
Marvel Heroes Omega. It was a lot like that. So you'd go around and all of a sudden random supervillains would show up and you got to fight them in New York. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. Unfortunately, again, I got in way too late to that and then it was gone.
It's $250 I will never get back. And I still don't remember spending it.
I thought they refunded everybody for Marvel.
Oh no, mine was a much more isolated incident. So
on console they did, as far as I know.
Yeah,
but
I was on
PC. No.
Yeah, I played Marvel Heroes before it ever went Omega and actually came to the consoles. So I had surgery on my nose, like I had reconstructive surgery, living at home at the time. So that gives you an idea of how young I was. Like, I was still in my 20s, and I take my pill, and it just knocked me out cold. I remember calling for my mom to help me into the bed. I remember blinking, being back in the chair with like 7 new characters in Marvel Heroes. And I was like, what the hell happened? I checked my bank account and like in a drunken, drug-induced stupor, I spent like $250 that I don't remember spending.
Bro.
Yeah, they had me on good stuff for recovery.
Hello, Cap.
I never want to be that recoverable, bro. Like, what?
I mean, I got Nova out of the deal, so like I won't complain.
What? No.
Plus, it's a good story. It's funny,
bro. You know, I am so mad at myself for missing the almost entirety of Marvel's Omega Heroes. I was literally so into playing DC Universe Online, right? I used to play the hell out of that game, dude. Game took some loot from me, I tell you that much. But it was worth it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was worth it. I enjoyed the hell out of that game. And you know how on PlayStation, at least on PlayStation 4, it used to suggest games for you. Like at this point, I was nowhere near the internet, online socials or anything as far as gaming is concerned. I had stopped dealing with that for a long time. And it like suggested Marvel Omega Heroes. And I was like, what the hell is this? And you click on just, like if you just like click the down button on your D-pad, it goes on it and it shows like this introduction of multiple heroes and they're all doing their little cool poses as the camera pans. I'm like, what the is this? Oh my gosh. So, I click on it. It's like free to play right now. Come join us. And I'm like, I'm joining, motherfuckers. Let's go. Bro, it was like a month before the game closed, and I had no clue that it was about to close. So I'm just enjoying it. I'm like, okay, I want Wolverine, I want Thor, I like Rogue, I like Gambit. Let's get it. And then like I got all of my money back, and they were like, yeah, we're shutting down. Goodbye. And it hurt badly because I was just getting into it. I was spending like probably a good. It was. I think it was like right around COVID time, so nobody was working. I was spending a good 6 hours a day just murking that doggone Marvel Omega Heroes, bro. It was gone like a month later. Literally like 2 months later, it was gone. And I was just like, damn it. It's still downloaded all on my console. Yeah, I click it every now and then just to see the little intro. It's bad, bro. But Spider-Man 3, what are we talking about? We were talking about the multiplayer aspect of it. Let's talk about what's actually happening. So, again, I'll bring up Deeper Depths interview with Tony Todd. He said Tony Todd was going to be Tony Todd said that Insomniac was going to start their big promotions the end of August through September. We're halfway through September right now as we speak, and the promotions have even shut up the fanboys. The fanboys are quiet. They're not showing enough. They're not marketing is horrible. They've shut them all the way up. Your thoughts on that, J. Coon Prime? No more fanboys squealing right now.
Give it time. If I have learned nothing else from being a content creator, is give it enough time, somebody will find something to be mad about.
Oh, the gamer, no more fanboy schooling so far, bro. What you thinking about that?
Well, Sadat actually came across somebody that was like, it's too much. Now they're showing us too much. And I made a joke, like I think a week or two ahead, being like, yes, some people are going to come forward and say it's too much and they need to stop. And sure enough, that actually happened. Now, if you're wondering where the hate or animosity is going to come from, well, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League merch is available now. So they're going to start marketing pretty darn soon. My guess was October, because, again, it comes out like February 2nd. That's where you're going to see that again.
Where'd you get that February 2nd date at? I just heard early 2024. That was it.
No, that's official. February 2nd for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh, snap. So,
yeah.
And when did this merch go on sale?
Target, Amazon. I don't know if GameStop has anything yet. There's at least 4 T-shirts, and then there's a hoodie. Then there's also like key art poster for like $19. So there's a number of pieces of merchandise. And one of the devs at Rocksteady actually commented about it on Twitter. It's that it was nice seeing this stuff out in the wild already, or finally.
Oh, so they're actually going to put a lead. When are you expecting a promo trailer for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice?
October. Because here's the thing, and there's some people that are like, it's going to be at the Game Awards. I'm like, They're not going to take a game, a AAA game that comes out February 2nd, and then wait till December 8th to open pre-orders and get people excited about it. Right after Gotham Knights came out, it was only a week or two later that they really pushed Hogwarts Legacy. For whatever reason, WB Games only likes to really promote one game at a time. I feel, in all honesty, a little bit to their consternation, but that's how they do things. And I really believe that in October, we're going to see like either have a direct, a trailer, something's going to happen. And it's going to be probably larger because now they got to win people back. They got to show us more of the game because apparently they showed us very little. And a lot of people had a jump to it as to what it was, the game.
So, okay, a lot y'all already know what happened to Suicide Squad. It's pretty much the Arkham fans obliterated it. Do you think that Rocksteady is going to just fold against the pressure of the Arkham fans, or you think they're gonna just drop their nuts and let them fly? Jake Hoon.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have an answer, but now I don't know. I personally, I would like to see them just go deal with it and drop the game.
Well, I know one of the issues was melee in Gotham Knights. A lot of people were like, "No, King Shark with a gun is cool for long range, but King Shark needs to be biting people, ripping people, slamming people down." Same thing with Harley Quinn. They were saying Harley Quinn needs a bat or a mallet or maybe both that she can switch in and out. That's her thing. You know what I mean? Captain Boomerang with pistols. No, get a man his boomerang. You know what I mean? So a lot of people were not impressed with weaponry. They saw it as a shooter and nothing more. And if you're going to have it as a shooter, why not have all shooter characters? You know what I mean? Like you need to put Peacemaker in there instead of Harley Quinn. You need to put what was Idris Elba's character in Suicide Squad? Bloodsport. You need to put blood. You know, he's a gun toter. You know what I mean? You need to put the gun toters in there, and I actually agree with that. Your thoughts on that? If it's going to be a shooter, use shooter DC characters. All the shooters that are in the damn Suicide Squad or have been members of the Suicide Squad, you've got a ton to pick from. What do you guys think about that? I'll go with you, Hoarder Gamer.
Well, Harley has used a gun here and there, not like always. Again, usually think of a baseball bat, the mallet, something crazy like that. I have no problem with them using the weapons because I understand what they were going for with it. And then it's also neat that some of the weapons are made by LexCorp and things like that. So there's going to be certain weapons. I'm hoping we get a surprise and find out that, oh my God, I forget the name of it. Intergalactic Gun Running. They're in the new, they're in the Black Adam movie. They're mentioned.
Shit.
I know. I can't remember the name. I'm hoping they show up too, and maybe they have their own weapons as well. Intergang. Yes. So it'd be really cool if Intergang had weapons, and we didn't quite know about that yet because they talked about a number of companies that do. And then also, too, my theory about them pushing the game back was the thing that really freaked people out and made their heads fall off their bodies was the fact that it's always online. So I feel they figured out some way to have it where it's not always going to be online if you just want to do like the campaign. And then I also think, because again, you mentioned the Melee, that they wanted to maybe retool the Melee and make sure there's a lot of content and a lot of bugs are squashed. They don't want a situation like Marvel's Avengers to happen to them at launch. So I think those are the reasons. I still think it's going to have like, online gameplay, multiplayer, everything like that. I don't think they just removed that. I don't think 8 to 9 months was enough to do that.
You want to follow that up, Jacob?
I agree with pretty much everything that he said. That I really don't think the online model or the looter shooter model or the game as a service model is going to go anywhere. I really don't think they are, because I agree it would take too much time you would basically have to rebuild the entire game in order to do that.
And it's been in like development 6 or 7 years, so that's
exactly.
an undertaking,
and they're not going to do that. I could feasibly see 8 or 9 months to implement some type of melee system, though. I could definitely see that.
I just want the game to come out. Like I personally was fine with it the way it was. I
was too.
I didn't care if King Shark had a gun or not. I wanted to experience what they envisioned in their plans.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the story.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to see Rocksteady's Metropolis. They've kind of blown my mind, especially in Arkham City and Arkham Knight with what they did with Gotham. I'm really expecting that with Metropolis as well. And then also too, I'm looking forward to actually going against the Justice League. That's going to be intense, and it's going to be interesting to see how you frame those battles. And do we fight each of them more than once? Do they have different abilities? Are they ever weakened in some of those fights? These are all things that are very exciting to me to see.
That whole world seems pretty dang on cool to me. I wanted to play with Boomerang because he have the super speed like they did in the comics with his son. You know what I mean? They just kind of switched their abilities over to him. So I thought that was pretty damn cool. And that's what I wanted to run with. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to whatever they drop at this point, because y'all know I'm a sucker for live service multiplayer PvE, and you throw in some superheroes on top of that. Have y'all not seen a wall? Have y'all not seen, like, y'all actually can't? Oh, there y'all can. If y'all not seen my collections, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into superheroes, people. So, yeah, I mean, I'm already sold. Just like I'm looking forward to playing the first Descendant. I'll just pretend that they're superheroes and call it good. You said Tracer's in there, I'll be like, okay, this is Flash Jr., and he only got half the super speed of his pop, so let's go. He got to use guns, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I'm sure they'll drop a Green Lantern style character for J. Coom in the future, so he'll definitely be on there. You dig? So
I would not be surprised to get Lex Luthor as the first character, like the extra character that comes in, because he was in that cinema and everything, so they got the model all there and everything, so it would make sense.
Oh, in his tech suit, huh?
That would be, I would love that, but yeah, that I'd love.
Oh, that would actually be, wow. Yeah, I definitely am going to try out the first Descendant after this podcast, and Jamba Juice, of course. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hoarder, I asked, actually I'm gonna ask the chat too. I always ask J. Coon this question, so I'm gonna ask you guys the same question. What video games have you been playing this week? Chat, y'all can answer that too.
So for me, like I mentioned, first Descendant, I went back to Wayfinder because Wayfinder had a huge patch that actually hit yesterday on a Saturday, and that was really important for the inventory. And in a week or two, it's going to get more actual story stuff, and I'm still not even done with the base story. I just fought a couple bosses last night. Lies of P, I've been really loving Lies of P, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Souls-like games, but man, this atmosphere, the gameplay, it's all really cool, and I really do like it a lot.
Wayfinder got just what you need. I'm sorry, that's not the right song, is it? But anyway, a Wayfair song stuck in my head. I've been playing. I actually played some Overwatch 2 this weekend, which was pretty wild. Played a little bit more of Spider-Man 2. Of course, I have to get my my Immortals of Avium on. I think I'm about to put that down because I've beaten this game on every mode about 2 or 3 times now, and yeah, I think I need to just set it down and let it rest. But I'm looking forward to playing the first Descendant. So anybody who's going to be playing that game in about an hour, let me know, because add me on PlayStation. That's probably where I'm gonna play that. So yeah, add me on PlayStation. Doom Killer HD, one word. I don't think you gotta capitalize anything. It's spelled just like it's spelled right here. It's spelled just like that. So yeah, hit me up, y'all. J. Coon, talk to the people. Let them know what's popping, what you going on this week, man.
Expect some new videos. I just dropped a new one today, reacting to the Tokyo Game Show showcase on one of my most anticipated games of all time, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Please go check that out. Got some new shorts and videos coming for you, and hit up the YouTube, hit up the Twitch, J. Coon Prime. Show some love.
Hoarder Gamer, let people know where they can find you. Hey, good sir, put yourself on the map.
Sure. Twitch.tv/Hoarder Gamer. Again, right now I'm doing, well, First Descendant's only going to be available for like another day or so. So I do a lot of Diablo 4, somewhat recently, Wayfinder. I'm looking forward to replaying Spider-Man 2018 before the new one comes out. So that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a long time. And then also on the Doom Squad Gaming YouTube channel, Hoarder's Comic Flex, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central.
All right. Well, y'all know y'all can find me right here, but also, y'all, please definitely go check out my brand new channel. It's called DK Reviews. Just search it up, DK at review or at DK Reviews with the hyphen in the middle of DK in review. Or y'all can click on my on this comment right here that I have highlighted. Check it out. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not going to abandon this channel. This is still gonna be my channel, but this channel is broken. I cannot get into an algorithm. So I literally just do this because I like rocking with y'all, the people who do tune in and who come through. That makes me feel cool to rock with y'all. And I like y'all rocking with me. So thank y'all. But I do actually want to try to be successful at this YouTube thing, which I think I could possibly do. So if y'all could, if all the people that are watching right now that haven't, can go to my channel, DK Reviews, just look it up in the YouTube or hit the damn comment. Go subscribe to that channel. I'm about to start putting out a whole lot of content. It's going to be a lot more scripted videos and my thoughts and reviews on movies, TV shows, gaming, all of that kind of stuff that I can't do here because the algorithm just won't allow it. So if y'all could hook that up, I would greatly appreciate it. For real. With all of that goodness said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with the best. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here rocking with us, and we greatly appreciate it. So, laissez le bon temps rouler. J. Coon Prime, tell them what that means, good sir.
Let the good times roll.
Peace out, people. What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go. It's the weekly wrap up where we give you the news, break it down bite size so it's easier to consume, discussing the hottest game that's out of what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction, live viewers call in, no cap conversation, we going all in. It's the weekly wrap up, so enjoy.